Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons spark. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons spark. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you.
Okay, so when last we left them, you guys did have a long debate on to how you were going to get into here. Let me try that. There we go.
We
Now, let this be a warning. My plans work.
Okay, so you guys are all in there. I don't know why Belvier. Oh, it's because Belvier, you're in D&D Beyond, aren't you? Here, let me see. 90. There we go. Okay, so all right. So we have you guys entering the Rockseer cave to the far north here. Usually this is where I should probably go. Hail and well met, adventurers! Welcome to the realm of imagination and dice rolls. Action surge, where epic tales unfold, dragon breathes fire, and heroes rise against the darkness. Join us as we embark upon a journey through the fantastical world of Dungeons and Dragons. Blah blah blah. And the action starts now. All right, so so we're
let us begin.
What was that?
that was the a truncated version. Okay, so Ferraris and one of the Rockseer elves. You know that some of the Rockseer elves, you guys had some of you guys had like an ability going. One of you guys had an ability going where you could kind of sense the others. Oh, it was the fairy fire, right?
It was.
And so as you guys
okay.
as you guys were traveling, you guys could see like through the rock wall, like where they were kind of like you could see the Rockseers were traveling through the wall, and you could see the fairy fire glow from the wall coming out, and anyway, so obviously that's ended like once you get back by the time you get back to the area
Brian,
you need to be. Well, yeah.
I came in as a prophet. I just remembered that. I came in spouting prophecy.
Yeah.
Do they? Am I? So I'm understanding. I'm gonna have to keep up that act this entire time.
You may have to. Yes. That's
Okay.
that's a.
I gotta continue to float above the ground.
Well, I feel like it's kind of a fuck around and find out type of thing, but yes.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. That's just me. I'm just floating above the ground. Shadows about me.
You said that I am the
key.
an acolyte here to
Deliver.
deliver a speech to trumpet the message, and I actually wrote a speech.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so right there
We just met.
you also see you see the guy here, and then of course you know that there's I can't remember if there were. Hang on, let me look back at that other map now real quick, because it was yeah, it was two guys. Okay, so two guys stayed out with you. Hold on one second. Go back there. So
Let me just state this
two
now.
guys stayed out with you, and 4 guys were like following you.
Mhm.
What was that, Joe?
Let me just state this right now. Artificers.
But
Apparently, people are anti-artificer.
what? Why would they be anti me?
You know why? Because they're small-minded. I mean, sorry. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not sorry. You're all small-minded.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a while, but we're no good deed, you know.
Artificers are the best.
Well,
I'm talking to a new player for my in-person game,
mhm.
and they're asking me stuff, and they asked if I was anti-artificer because it seems to be the most disliked class.
Well, because the
Not
thing
monk?
is like people don't want them. People don't want to have to go through the rigmarole of oh well this guy's creating a Gatling gun in medieval times, and that they think that goes against the spirit of things. And I'm just like I just don't get that to me. Like that does not make sense
Have
to
you
me.
met gnomes?
Yeah, have you met gnomes?
I was about to say, yeah.
Have you played even? I mean, I know this is an extreme example, but have you played World of Warcraft? I mean, you know, like
Yeah, artificer seems kind of normal in magic,
the
a world full
gnomes,
of magic.
the gnomes and the goblins in World of Warcraft make you go, oh, okay, I can see how that looks somewhat like something.
If you ask me, the one wasting their time firing fireballs are the real losers. Am I right?
All right. So so you guys are going to the halls of the Rockseers, and hold on, I got to get to the spot where, as you guys are, walking up toward like the direction, like you guys go through some razor glass caverns, you guys go through some, stuff. You very carefully. There's a wormhole, like a wormhole cavern, like the ones with all the holes in the floors and stuff.
Mhm.
And of course, you guys all have to go very carefully through that. And um, if any of you have pass without trace, then they encourage you to cast that. I don't remember if I know at one point Ferraris did something that he could kind of do something like that for you guys.
I
Yeah, it
know I
wasn't
have
us.
rolls of pass without trace. I'd rather not spend them if someone can
And I live
cast
in
it.
darkness.
Well, so you guys would all, if nothing else, you guys would have all gotten advantage on stealth checks from from the Rockseers, that kind of thing. And they have essentially like a stone sense and they can like pass without or pass through stone and stuff like that. But at any rate, here, let me see here. That's the smooth caverns. That's not where we want to be. That there's not where we want to be, man.
This is probably the best
Not
roll
what I've
I've
ever
ever
done
had in the
right
entire campaign. It's completely
Make it
wasted.
stealth rolls.
Yeah.
There you go, stealth.
I got a
checks.
27. That's one shorter than that 20 on the stealth check. And there's no
Beat
need.
me.
I'm just thinking
And I-
about it like I'm going to be sitting here.
And I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8,
Look at the
yeah.
stealth checks. I don't know if I can be stealthy.
By the way, except for Belvier, who has not met him yet, I think that you all, since now you've had 2 interactions, both of them were relatively positive. And and
Well, you recognize that
this last plan was not ideal for him. But I think that Steel Defender didn't do well.
Literally everyone beating me on the roll again.
Did you see mine? Look at that.
But I think everybody but Belvier can add this name to their allies and contacts if they would like. And if you remember, Azuzir is the Behir.
Well, to be fair, he did meet him. He just, from the point of view that he was at, it was definitely not a friendly interaction.
Yeah, it was not a allied. Well, not a. It wasn't an interaction where you can make friends and know people kind of thing.
I like the idea that we're going to keep conscripting Azazir to do stuff for us, despite the fact that we already had honored the original deal.
So nearly a mile south of the Shadow Dragon's cavern is where this grab point was that that Ferraris kind of helped set you up with, like, like you guys are traveling probably another mile, 2 miles away from that, and you come to basically a big rock wall. It looks like a big stone bubble. So here, hold on one second.
Ooh, bubble. Let's pop it.
You know what? I did so much work on this map and forgot this one thing, and now I'm kicking myself.
I'm gonna be real. I have so many Folodar level comments, but unfortunately, Folodar is very well into character, so he's just floating.
I thought
It
she
would-
just.
It's just going, just thinking, kicking himself for all of the phrases that he could say at the moment.
I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?
Kind of nice having Polydor be quiet for a bit.
Oh, gee, that's
Yeah, I
funny.
mean, it's probably better he's quiet when drunk anyway.
Statue.
There you
A
go.
whole session of just listening to him go, "Oh, what a great plan! It's working. So great. We're doing great, guys."
I put in stone, and they can't just give me a stone. What if I put in rock? Let me try rock. Side quest battle.
And or roll.
I want to rock.
Rock.
Now we got to rewatch
Wilderness?
Liar Liar.
Oh, here we go. Wilderness tokens. Okay. Rock came up under stone. There we go. Okay, so you see the big stone bubble. You see bubble. You see bubbly.
Bubbly. Ham and bubbly.
Oh, ain't that nice?
Okay, so there you see the big stone bubble.
Strong guy, move it.
I see nothing.
There's no strong guy. in our
As you
party that
walk
was
up
still-
to the
many
stone
colors
bubble, as these guys here, stop it. As these guys walk up to the stone bubble, and Ferraris kind of raises his hand to you guys, like, just kind of like gives you a gesture, like, just take it easy, and kind of like a maybe also like just wait kind of thing. The two guards that are there, they basically start doing some kind of strange things with these stone quarterstaffs that they have.
Okay.
Can I learn what they're doing?
You can try. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Wait.
Figure how to break
and
their
actually,
city around.
Hold on.
actually, Belver, you can probably give me an Arcana check too, right? You're a bard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be very familiar with like wizard style magic, so this is something that
Wizard magics.
you could be kind of similar. Okay, so Stephanie, you recognize a similar weave to when you were messing with the flux point back at the where the Rakshasa was.
Ooh. So that is mainly what they do. That's all their magic is dealing with. This style.
As it was foretold.
As foretold by Brock.
That's just gonna be me. I'm just gonna occasionally say
As
this
it was
too.
foretold.
What is foretold?
This too was foretold. That's how prophets
Just
actually
like-
work. They just wait till after the fact, and then they be like,
Yeah.
"It has been
Oh
written."
yes. As it was written.
So mote it
Yeah,
be.
I'll slice someone's throat and Puldor will just.
Oh my god, that's funny.
The
Oh,
time for
God.
uniting must come, as there's a great evil in the future.
So you've said.
The future Conan.
The great evil. The future of the year 3000.
Hmm.
Just all of my favorite references of my childhood.
Okay, so you guys see, essentially the rock wall, the bubble, where they're weaving their magics or whatever. You see it part, and you see a portal appear in the face of the bubble.
Excellent.
And they,
Did they open a flux point?
yeah, they open a flux point. Yeah.
Oh, so can I add that to my list of flux point knowledges?
With a 22 Arcana check, I'm going to give you advantage on your perception check. And give me a perception check, and we're on DC 15 at least.
Big money, no whammies.
Okay, I gotta roll more than a 5.
Oh my goodness! Can
There
she
you
The
do it?
prophecy spoke of
Okay.
this.
Okay, you with you
Who's that?
with that 24 perception check, you have committed every last rune / sigil to memory, and you now know a second flux point.
Third.
And
Or
with the
third,
28,
yes,
she
third.
even 28, she gets another one
Third.
because it was a 28, not a 24.
Oh right, it's a
Flux
28.
point.
Yeah, it's a 28. Oh yeah. So a third flux point, and you guys are able to go through there.
Rockseer Cave is the name, pretty much.
Rockseer, yeah, Hall of the Rockseers is where it's.
All.
Different from Hall and Oates.
There we go.
This one really does make your
So
dreams
when you come
true.
up to this rock bubble, it just looks like a big rock, you know, like it very bubble formed though, like very rounded, you know,
Yeah.
like too imperfectly round to be just a rock, you know,
Gotcha.
like it was
Well,
obviously
clearly it's not a rock, it's a
formed
rock
that
bubble.
way. Yeah, it was obviously formed that way on purpose, kind of thing. Hang on, let me do this. Copy, paste, flip. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go to the lighting layer and put a little bar between them, just so you can kind of get an idea that there's something there.
Something dark side.
There we go. All right. So you guys watch the two Rockseers, you know, go through, and then Ferraris kind of waves his hand and says he says, come on, the others will follow us through, I promise. And he kind of goes through and, you know, goes to the other side.
Okay, guys, I'm super wasted right now.
Let's
Shit.
follow then, right? Is that
So
what we're
this
supposed to do?
prophecy bit. Please understand, I cannot be held responsible for the things that leave my mouth. And then I just go through the portal.
You say that every time.
But this time he means physically.
Yeah. This time
Let me throw up in the middle of a prophecy if I need to.
You just got to have a good recovery for that one. You see,
Right.
the physical manifestations of the prophecy. No, it's like
Chunkier
reading.
than I thought it would
no,
be.
No, it's like reading tea leaves.
Every response I have is now going to be preceded by a D20 roll of just complete randomness.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
And that's different from.
All right, are you guys gonna go through then? Yes.
Yep.
Okay, Belvir, you're gonna go through.
I have no choice. I'm being pulled by a guard.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, you're with the other guard up there. Okay, I can remember. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget color.
Yeah, I had him there and he moved back somehow. Okay, and then you see the other Rockseers, like, you know, they were actually, you could see them starting to materialize from the stone behind you as you're going through, and they come through the portal. And we're going to put that to the DM there, bloop, and it disappears. Now, Jessa, you think you can see some of the remnants of an after image there, like a little bit of the weave still kind of like winding down, so to speak. It's kind of giving you the idea of how powerful these flux points are. They're basically permanent teleportation circles that you don't need a, you know, whatever 7th level spell slot for, or whatever 6th level spell slot. You know, you basically do a few command words and chant a little bit and do the hokey pokey, and there it goes. You know, like that kind of thing.
I like it.
Okay. All right. You see that as you come in, you can see that there's a bit of activity going on. This is as boisterous a location as anywhere in here. You can see young Rockseers coming to look at you, check you guys out, listen to what's going on. They're wide-eyed. They've never seen anybody from outside ever. You can see that there's wizards in this area. You can see some wizards casting spells, doing like illusions of Umber Hulks and Boulets and whatever to entertain the youngsters or terrify them. You know, that kind of thing. Just sort of a, you know, hodgepodge. There's also a sort of like open air bar right along here.
I grab Foldar's shoulder and be like, no, not the time.
You cannot dictate how the prophecy moves.
As you've said.
You can see Ferraris look over at Jessa and kind of like, it might actually help, you know. You know, like,
Drunken Folder has done pretty great so far.
He's at the right level. We don't want more. We don't want less.
Level. He's at the perfect level. Anyway, so there's a powerful fermented fungal mead. It's very pungent. The only way in or out of this hall that you can see is through that flux point. And you can see that the hall goes, you know, around and into the distance, but you're not 100% sure, you know, how big this cavern area is. But the only current way you can see in and out of this place is that flux point. You do see some of the, like, some Rockseers, every once in a while, you see some Rockseers just walk out of the stone bubble. Like, they basically are using some sort of, like, a pass wall or whatever, but they basically are just coming out of the wall like an earth elemental almost, rather than using the flux point.
Not everybody can be special.
And the guards usher you down and around. Yeah, it's gonna go all down here. Guys, go down. We might have to reorient the. At any rate, you guys go down this way. There is a like a you know, crossroads.
Intersection.
Intersection, yeah. Thank you. And they take you down into what appears to be their village, their city.
Geez.
A living halls of sorts. There's a large area festooned with elegantly crafted stone benches and seats, curved couch beds, like shade lounges, you know, like those. The elves retire on those to dream or trance. You can see the eastern margins of the halls are usually very, like, you can hear that they're very quiet. The youngsters here are more disciplined. They're not as all like loud and playful, you know. Disturbances here seem kept to a minimum on purpose. The long central partition has a bunch of stone seats around it and surfaces protruding from it. There's people eating here and such. You see several walls that go between the thing, and they lead you down this way. I gotta look here. Yes, okay. So yeah, so they lead you down over to here and to another side chamber, and it's a long winding chamber, and you end up in a small room with a big curvy wall in it. And in that room is essentially like a similar room as to what was out in the living area, but like much more condensed and much more like the stone is even more like beautifully crafted, beautifully molded. The walls gleam and shimmer as if they were made of mother of pearl, and the whole ceiling is covered with a huge painting showing the Rockseers descending into the deepest parts of the world through forests of brilliant crystal. Milky stalactites scalped in swirling rock masses and even through fires of a volcano. The scale of the work is staggering. It clearly took, like, it would have taken scores of years to create. They
Such a
lead
shame that they destroy all this.
they lead you over to here,
We've moved again.
and there is a throne sitting on a like a raised dais, in the back of the room there. You see a lady sitting atop the throne, and a uh, a man to her right and down a step from her, and she just kind of nods, and the guy walks over to you, and he says, "Well then, what do we have here?" And the guards say, "Well, there's some people who helped us, and we have a prisoner, and well, we thought that Ferraris said that these who helped us needed some safe haven, and well, I can't underestimate how much they helped save us from. There was a Behir, sir, and a giant like a kaiju thing. This, like maybe he doesn't use the word kaiju, but he's like, and this giant thing, this Mamathian creature. It's like a bullet, but
Guard.
bigger."
I will speak for the prophecy from here.
Oh, yes, sir. And then he kind of backs up, and you see the guy is confused now. He sees you covered in like the shadow and the wings and stuff. He says, "What are you, encroacher?"
Your Eminence, I have been sent from the realm of the ethereal. Ethereal. I am here to forewarn you of a great darkness beyond even my own. He is the bearer of the message of the prophecy, and yet your people have imprisoned him. If it were not for my arrival, your Rockseers would have been slain by two ferocious beasts of great power.
Oh, I whisper, and what if we chop liver?
Please, as a token of your understanding, allow us an audience here and now.
The man says, "That is not usually how we work," and he looks at the lady on the throne. And the lady on the throne nods and says, "Come before me then and speak this prophecy. You." And she points to the prisoner, right? That's what you were intimating.
Yes, 100%. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah. She says, "You," and you hear her snap, and it's like two stones clacking together, but she kind of just like she just says she just says, "You would put a prophet in chains?" And the guards like quickly remove any kind of manacles that they put back on you, that kind of thing.
At that point, I'll tip my crown to her, just a little bit, slow.
I step back.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I appreciate that.
You see one of her eyebrows raise at your crown, there, Grand Ellis.
I raise an eyebrow in return.
She says, "Well,
Nope, can't let him see my face.
if you are indeed a prophet, then you have. If you are indeed the messenger of this prophet, you have some message to speak. Then, yes."
I do, and I wish to speak it to all your peoples.
She says,
And may I approach and stand on the dais?
she says, "Of course," and she says, uh, the guy says, like, do give our queen some respect, though.
I have been reverent this entire time. My head is bowed to
Basically,
your queen.
he's intimating that he don't want you to step higher than like the top step.
Yeah.
I understand. And
Of
I don't
course.
need to. As I walk up there and I take my place on the step, I do a half bow to the queen, and then I have a ring on my thumb that I tap. It's the ring of the order. I can project my voice to be heard clearly by all creatures within a mile, regardless of intervening noise, for 1 minute. Magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead or 3 feet of wood block the projection. But if there's open corridors, it will go down the corridors.
Okay, and
Nice.
how far? A mile?
A mile.
Nice. Okay.
Whatever he says is going to echo through these corridors for fucking.
I rolled to see how much this inner ear effect would mess with me while I'm completely toast here. I rolled a nat 20. I'm gonna be okay.
It won't. It'll be. It's as if I'm standing next to you speaking. I don't have to raise my voice at all. It just projects.
He's
so it's heard.
He's Mo Deep. He's got the voice, like from the.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm over here just like.
Okay, so go ahead.
People of this land, listen well, for I speak not with my own tongue, but with the voice of the divine that echoes through the ages. Long have we wandered in shadow, doubting the light above us. Long have we watched the world suffering and asked, where is hope? But I tell you, hope is not a gift wrapped in silk, nor a promise given by the powerful. It is a seed planted in the heart of every soul here. I have seen visions in the darkness. I have heard the thunder of divine wings and watched the sunrise set fire to the mountaintops. I know this. The gods do not raise heroes to stand alone. They raise them to stand together. There will come a day when the sky splits asunder and the earth shakes beneath our feet. On that day, remember this. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are the chosen hands and the beating heart of the gods. Go forth, lift your neighbor when they stumble, share your bread with the hungry, speak not with fear, but with faith. For every act of kindness is a prayer, every sacrifice is a hymn, every moment of courage draws the gaze of the gods. Take up your burdens and carry them with pride, for we walk not alone. The gods walk among us. In every word of mercy, every spark of hope, every stubborn refusal to give to despair. So stand, people of this land, stand and be counted. The time of miracles is not past. It is upon us, and you are its messengers. Now go and let the world be changed by the light within you. Should I roll a performance check?
Yeah. Why not?
Fuller is kind of floored, but
Advantage after all that, if I had my
jealous.
way.
Little jealousy.
All right, advantage. Yeah, that sounds good. That's, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Oh wow, I had my way.
Yeah, you have your way. You have your way.
That was pretty good.
25.
Now Brian's going to reveal that was something that was in the module that he gave him to read.
You say, you hear the queen, like there's basically after all that kind of like there's a silence throughout the chamber. You see the younger of the two elves, the one that stepped off the dais and approached you guys. He is shifting nervously. And
You
what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you all have heard of the Shadow Dragon. Yes. I mean, that's a question.
They kind of like the guy shifts even more nervously, and the queen says, "What would you say of this shadow dragon?"
There is a darkness encroaching in this already darkened pathway of caves. Something is arriving. And when it does, no race here can afford to stand alone any further. Prepare yourselves. As the prophecy foretells, it will take the heart of every Rockseer elf to open itself to the light or fall asunder to the darkness.
Are you done?
I just gotta shift my eyes over to
Oh no, I wanted to make sure you were done with your prophecy. I was at
I shift my eyes over to him, and I'm just like,
because when you clearly end your prophecy, Granolith goes, as you said.
You see the queen kind of now. She shifts a little bit nervously. She says, "But of these words, what do we make of these words?"
It is time for you guys to open up your world and share your knowledge and power with the rest of the Underdark. So
like
the Underdark
thunderous,
is not lost.
just the thunderous boom in my voice. I say, "Unite! The unity is the only way you'll be able to protect your homes. And time is of the essence." And I just float back down. And then for a moment there, I kind of lurch forward a little bit because I'm trying to control
At that
my liquor.
At that point in time, you see Ferraris has seen his opening, and he moves over to the front of the room, in front of in front of the male elf on the ground. The one that's standing on the main floor there. And he says, "You see, it is as I have been saying all along." And then you see another elf come out of the shadows and looks very much like Ferraris. He says, "We have both told you that this time was coming." And he says, "You have ignored us, long ignored us." He says, "It is time for us to open up our borders a little bit and allow careful but controlled access to our kingdom. And time for elves of the outside," and he points over to Grandolith and then to Belvir, and he says, "The ones who are worthy to interact with us, and us to interact with them and learn from them."
Yes, as it was foretold.
I mean, not just the elves, but yes, all of them, the Underdark.
You see the queen shift again. She says, people who are here, take note. And it's only Daraphan. I mean, it's only the male elf. His name is Daraphan, by the way. Ferraris' brother, and the 6 guards that are with you that are in this chamber. And another elf that seems to be a page or a young lady in waiting, like some kind of messenger type. And she says there is much to deliberate. She says change doesn't happen overnight. She says in my 900 years, I have not witnessed the likes of this. She says, but this spectacle, if you will, is not lost on me. Something has brought you here, and I would wager something important. I will take your words under advisement. In the meantime, Daraphan, and she motions to the male elf. She says, Daraphan will show you around. And he will.
Your Majesty, if I will, if,
you hear the young
other
male
things
elf go,
that-
"You dare interrupt the queen?" And then she kind of holds her hand up and she says, "Yes, messenger."
many thousands of apologies. I do swear. I have carried this prophecy for a long time now, and other words have come to me now in your presence, and those are for too long. You've dwelt beneath the stone and shadow, letting the memory of old wounds bind everything together, and tighter than the roots of the deepest tree or the oldest rock. Once you believed that safety was found in silence and the world above could only bring ruin to the peace that was carved from darkness down here. But the world, it is changing. The winds of fate blow down even the oldest walls, and the call of the divine stirs in our hearts with a voice we cannot ignore. I have seen in vision and in dream a future not chained by fear but opened by hope, a dawn that shines even in the deepest caverns. You're not meant to fade into legend, nor to wither in the safety of your own shadows, but you're meant to walk the world as kin among kin, to share not only your wisdom and your craft and your culture, but the burdens of joys of those who dwell above. Let the gates and walls be open, not in surrender, but in strength. Let your light mingle with theirs, and let the song of the people here be heard once more under the sun and star. You will not lose yourself by reaching out. Rather, you'll find a new purpose, new allies, and perhaps even forgiveness for the wrongs of the past. Step boldly, you children of this earth. The time has come to greet the world not as strangers, but as people reborn. The roots hold us steady, but the sky shall welcome you home.
She says, as you said, I will. I need time.
Yes,
And she says,
Your Majesty.
she says that the stones will guide me, but as they are stone, time is somewhat slower than normal for them. She says I must have the patience of the stone and must not be too hasty. She says, but I will take what you've said under advisement, and she says, and I will consider this prophecy. And she,
Like right after she says that,
she gets
folded
up
our
off,
throws up.
she gets up off her throne. And what do you say now?
Is that right after she says that, folded our throws up?
Oh, throws up.
I just this vessel, it is running limited on time.
And I slap his back, being like, a little too much.
She says,
The prophecy has been delivered.
Okay.
I am no longer able to maintain my form in this world. Then I just kind of fall face forward, just face forward.
Into
she
the vomit.
she like looks at you, kind of like her eyes kind of get wide a little bit. She's a little bit startled. She moves super gracefully past you, Belvier, but kind of gives you a little bit of almost a curtsy as she moves past, like a little bit of a nod and a curtsy, and she seems to be, like a little bit, almost as if she's gonna faint. But her attendant is quickly with her, the young girl, and she leaves the chamber through this direction, and Ferraris smiles at his brother. His brother smiles back, and his brother joins him. Hey, is that James?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm turning on my computer now,
What up,
man.
James? All right, good. You know what?
No.
That's a perfect time for us to do a BRB, and you guys can kind of explain to me what James is going on, because I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Hey James, I've just fallen face first into a
Some
pool
vomit.
of my own puke, man. Yeah, so
Back
you
to
were
life.
just talking
Back
about it though,
to
so
reality.
I thought it'd be a
I
good time to
won't.
bring it up. I don't know who heard me be talking about it before, but I was actually talking about possibly making a tarot deck. Like
That's dope.
drawing each of the cards, at least the major arcana first, uh,
Mhm.
and doing all the cards individually, drawing them, but doing an action surge based tarot deck,
Oh God.
where the characters in the action surge campaigns appear as characters on certain tarot
On the
cards.
cards. That's cool.
I would buy that in a heartbeat. Not gonna lie.
So I was thinking,
I already know who should be the moon.
who should be what now? The moon?
I already know who should be the moon.
Hmm.
Who
Oliver?
should be the
who?
fool?
Oliver?
Yeah,
Fallon
exactly.
Dubmoon? Yeah, Fallon Dubmoon.
Fallon.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I was thinking Zayd would be the perfect fool.
What would Cutler be?
His spot's already taken by Zayd.
I'm not sure what color would be.
He'd make an alright hanged man.
Hanged Man.
The warrior.
I also have to look. Yeah, the warrior. I also have to look and go through like different things to be like, okay, who's gonna make the most sense as this card, not just the character on the card. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm both
like certain
relieved.
cards
Raven would be the
represent
lover.
certain. Yeah, Maven would be the lover. There you go. So certain cards though represent obviously different things. So like
Yes.
Zayd also is a good representation of the fool too. So I mean,
Yes.
I would say I'm both relieved and saddened that I am not the fool.
yeah, Foladar could be Foladar, I suppose, but I don't think Foladar is actually. I think he's the sage, but
I think so,
which is what, the magician card,
It's
Just
just-
Tessa would be interesting.
or is there a
I will
sage card?
say-
I can't remember.
I will say
Is it?
something really interesting about the D&D tarot deck, though. Instead of having swords and whatnot, they did it by the stats. So there's wisdom, intelligence, charisma, and strength.
That's interesting. Oh, as the different suits.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, like, there's the kings of wisdom, strength, charisma, intelligence, all that shit. All that. It's just really interesting the way they did it.
Yeah. I think I kind of feel like Foladar, even though I know you want him to be the fool, I kind of feel like Foladar has to be the death card. But I mean, that's just me.
Here's the magician from the deck, by the way.
Either that or just Tessa.
I'm like,
Here's the.
I think just on the amount of deaths I've suffered alone.
I think Jessa and Tessa is an obvious choice, and I don't know if you want me to say that one, but I think it's the Empress.
Oh, God.
I don't want you to say that one. You're right.
Yeah.
I would rather not ever hear those words spoken.
I know you. There's certain things that you don't want me to
I'm
say
enjoying.
here.
Yeah, I was like, I'm enjoying not having that thought. So that's really great.
I think Yue from the Rise of the Drow campaign is probably either, if Foladar's not the death card, he might be the death card, but he's either the magician or the emperor, I think.
We could do this,
Yue from the Rise of the Drow campaign, I think, would make either a good magician or a good emperor. At any rate.
And here is the overlay I was talking about too. Just putting it in the chat.
So basically,
for a
James, you guys told this big prophecy. You've got this person with you, Belvier, that you guys helped kind of
Nice.
helped out of a jam, so to speak, and he kind of helped himself by helping you guys, helping him out of a jam, kind of thing. But then you guys helped the Rockseers out of a jam too, somewhat, and so that was how Ferraris took the initiative to get them to bring you here before the Queen, anyways. And then you guys gave him this prophecy, and the Queen needed a timeout. It was really what that's up to speed, really. I mean,
I really need to build a new computer at some point. It's doing this.
oh yeah, circle.
The wait begins.
The worry circle.
In the meantime, you can RP. I control I puppet your character.
And then a friend of mine was gonna try to get into D&D, but he didn't have the time. So he gave me the stuff that he bought. Okay, so he gave me the Rick and Morty starter set. Oh,
So when you say Maven's the lovers, do you think Maven and his brother are the lovers?
So he gave me the Rick and Morty starter set.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have that
He
downstairs.
gave me
My buddies though.
He gave me a copy of the Essentials kit,
Oh, nice.
which is awesome. Because now I have more of the red dice, because the red dice from this kit are like one of my favorites. I know they're basic dice that you can get anywhere, but like I just like those red dice so much that I have like 10 sets of those motherfuckers.
I also feel like, in fairness, Folidar could be the hermit.
That's
Which represents soul searching, quiet time, and self introspection.
And then he gave me the gold and black metal dice.
Nice.
All because he wanted to get in D&D, but he did not have time for it. And he's one of those guys who, when he gets into a new hobby, just goes all out. So
I think Kaw could easily be the star. Kaw or Jinyuka, maybe even Jinyuka.
The hermit. I do feel like I'm closer to the magician than the hermit, since the hermit is more of an isolation thing.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
You're a talker, though.
Yeah,
I was say yeah. I'm the surpassing the plausible is like my whole bit, which is why I was like being the magician is kind of great, but at the same time, I could just be the Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Fortune.
Your whole bit is knowledge. I don't know if Wheel of Fortune fits that.
Unpredictability.
You're predictable and dying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, very much on that front. You dying is almost always.
We're swinging back to the death card here.
But see, the problem is you're not representing death. You're the guy dying, so wouldn't that make you the hanged man at that point?
Well, it could be. It could be the Wheel of Fortune, or it could be death, because death is basically, like also indicates change. It indicates like a hard end and a clean start.
Okay.
But the Wheel of Fortune, you're not wrong, because that represents like fate and turns of luck. Like.
You are rather lucky.
That is not true.
I think Folidar is very lucky. I think it's usually that, like, when he pulls it out in clutches where the.
Okay, that's fair. Situations where death is not gonna. Because other than that, the only thing I can think of is, and this is kind of just backstory, Folidar, is the Six of Swords, which represents loss. And man, Folidar loses.
Actually, I know what Cutler is already.
Oh God.
Well, no, actually, no. Cutler. No, that's not Cutler. No, that's actually Jinyuka. Strength card is Jinyuka. Soft power, calm nerve, and brave heart.
Yeah, that's Jinyuka.
But
Oh, did you hear? By the way, they're making a Darkest Dungeon board game, or novel. I mean, not the board game, novel. The board game is what game is that?
Say, that was nice, but I thought that was a thing already.
The board game I'm thinking of is they are making XCOM into a Warhammer style war game thing.
Oh yeah, that's cool. XCOM. If you ever get the chance, there's an XCOM board game currently. And if you ever get the chance to play that board game, it's really cool. And you play it with an app, and so everything is done on like a timer.
For anyone who's into TTRPGs, there's this really cool board game like TTRPG that has an Oracle app built into it. And it can be played solo or with a group, but you don't need a DM because the app is essentially a DM. And they designed it around this concept called Pericle.
With this good.
And they made originally, the first one was The Gathering Darkness, which is more a story-driven one. But they made an expansion to it called The Labyrinth, which is actually more of a dungeon crawler version.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 years, they've really embraced that technology in board games and had companion apps made for a ton of games.
Everything.
I feel like as far as because Cutler is kind of bigger than life, anyways, and I feel like he represents like a nail in the coffin to some degree. But I think that as far as tarot cards go, the world is Cutler's card,
Yo, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I respect that.
which represents full end, whole life, and a sweet win.
You you just made my day, man. Because that's kind of what I was going for when playing Cutler, was more just larger than life.
Which I feel like Grandolith might be the tower,
You think?
Yeah.
or he might even be the devil. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
The devil is bad traps, tied hands, and dark drives.
Oh Lord.
All right. So, anyways, so you guys would be so people would be interested somewhat. At least James would be somewhat in a handmade action surge. I got to find some place to print the cards, but a tarot deck. It's just something I've been thinking
Dude,
about
out
for
of
about
all of the
a month or
merch we
two
made,
now.
that would be something I would definitely get in a heartbeat.
All right, so the queen goes off. She needed a timeout. You guys are there to talk amongst yourselves. You know, the biggest thing that I forgot, and it's because it's been, I don't know how many sessions, but I've forgotten Ferraris's brother's name. And like I can't remember for the life of me what his brother's name was. So I'd have to like literally go back and watch the session and I'd have to figure out what session that was. So we're just gonna call him Bob. No, I'm just kidding.
His name is Tom.
Tim. Call him Tim.
Call him
Brother!
Tom.
Brother of Ferraris, I plead with you.
All right. Enough being silly. What are we doing here?
Right.
Why are
I am
we
waiting
here?
for I am waiting on my internet browser to open up because it's being stupid.
Well,
We need
that's-
to find a private place where we're not being watched or listened to. We
Yeah.
need
Well,
rest.
first, Darafayan wants to he wants to take you and have you follow him, and you know he wants you guys to go and you know do stuff like
Hold on. You must understand our fallen friend. We need to care for him. We need a place to.
Yeah,
for him.
we need rest.
The power of the prophet has left his form in a state of distress.
You need private moment to rest.
Ferraris says yes the he says the gray elf, but obviously he knows you're not a gray elf, but he says the gray elf is right. He says you cannot perform an interrogation on someone who is in such need of care. And Darafian kind of just nods reluctantly. So, you guys go. They take you to back into the living area. Well, I'll just drop you guys back off in there. Yeah. So they take you there. You guys see, like places where you can rest and whatever, and they have a like essentially what you would consider like a witch doctor or something come over to talk to you.
I'll cut him off. And I will pull him aside, and I'll probably say, "The power of the prophet has left my friend. We just need a quiet place and dark for him to rest for a little while. Can you set aside a room? Maybe give us a couple guards to keep anyone from bothering us."
Right. He says, "Oh, of course," and they take you over to, like I said, like the more eastern section of the area, which would be over here. And I lost Belver. But they bring you over here, and you can see that there's like this area over here is significant. Like even though this whole area is much quieter than the first area you entered into, this area over here is like significantly, like if you didn't know any better, you would swear there was some sort of silence magic on the area. Even though you guys can hear each other's voices or whatever, it seems to be naturally dampened by just the atmosphere.
So it doesn't carry.
Yeah, it just doesn't carry for whatever reason.
That's nice.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
Can everyone stop talking? Oh,
May I ask a question?
Are we alone
Who
yet?
the
Like, did
fuck
the
are you
guard,
people?
Oh,
did
sorry.
the guards leave
Yeah,
us?
let me get rid of the guards. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Darafayan is still with you. Here, I'll hit Control Z. This guy will represent Darafayan for now. He is still with you, but he is keeping a distance.
Okay. I'm gonna
So we
tell
talk
Cutler,
about.
I'm gonna tell Cutler to lay Fuladar
Fuladar, yeah.
down a slab or something, and as they're bent down, I'm gonna whisper to Fuladar, "Why are we here again?"
oh.
Not-
Talk to Ferraris. I don't. Oh. We need Rockseers for portal something. Oh.
We're here for knowledge. Remember, you guys want the book, and I would like to know a little bit about the flux point.
The book, right? Oh.
Right, I walk over to the sick guy. I don't know his name, and I look at him, and I flick his head and cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Oh. Oh. The ultimate
He's
cure. for
sober now.
hangover.
That's not great.
Thank you, Wise. Very good at improv, stranger.
Who the fuck are you people? Why are we here? What is going on? Why did
That
they
is a
give you
very
speech?
good question. No one really knows.
You know, there are so many things to be said of us. And then I just kind of shapeshift very lightly to get back to my fully human form. Ugh.
We are the crew of the burning bitch.
No, we're
the
not.
Star Anchor Merchant Company. I tend to forget which one is supposed to be the real one at this point.
I am the captain.
And I
The burning bitch, but we are not part of the burning bitch. At least I am not.
I am a librarian.
Yeah, but you've
Seen
ridden on
this
the burning
before.
bitch, though. You have ridden on it.
But I'm not the crew.
Oh, right. Sure.
I have nothing to do with said ship, but I do know that we have a purpose here, and I really think we ought to get about it. As soon as someone tells me what it is.
Ferraris' brother, he is going to go by Alinar for now. So it's they both kind of like thank you profusely, and Alinar says, "I believe this will help you forgive my brother's transgression. He was doing important work, I assure you." But he hands you a book, Voladar.
A reasonable payment in the end.
And
I just kind of flipped through the pages of the book real quick.
it is basically the treatise on the entire history of the Rockseers.
Ah, yes. Knowledge unknown. Ah, this is my nectar. Ah, all right. Now to fill in our new friend here. And you are...
I am Eleanor.
My name.
Not you. There.
The drow.
My
Drow
name is
man.
Belvier Velderin
To
Shadowgist.
realign the character portraits.
Do what now?
You need to realign the character portraits. When I switched to computer, it put me in Jesse's spot and Jesse in my spot.
Oh.
I do see that.
Please
Yes,
take it back
Belvier. So just summarize where we are right now. Changeling, changeling. We'll get back to Grandalith. Dragonborn pirate. Grand journey, trying to fly through space. Currently finding our source of our pain in this cave.
For hunting
Portals,
down,
massive
for,
evil.
Okay, no, I don't hear anything.
for hunting down, what was it? Mind flayers for revenge.
You know, with
Mind
every
flayers.
passing moment,
Mind flayers, you say?
I open my cloak and reveal the shriveled mind flayer's head that I wear at my belt, grin, and then let my cloak draw over it again.
Daraphan says, you see the wizard. He's like kind of like standing far away from you guys. Like he's letting you guys have your own little private discussion type of thing. And when he hears the word mind flayers, barely hears it, and he sees Grandalith pull aside his cloak, and you see the mind flayer head dangling there. He says, "Dear Lord, okay, I need to know things, but I'm a believer now. You don't mean to go to the city of the glass pool, do you?"
yes.
Yes.
That is very much
Absolutely
what we mean.
where we're going.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. We are
you see-
gathering allies and knowledge on our path to the glass pool.
You see Ferraris again, once again noting his inn, so to speak, his window. he says, "You don't think the heroes of the prophecy would come down here just for nothing, do you?" Like you can
Yeah.
tell.
We really got to sell this prophecy.
And
thing.
you see Daraphan says, "Of course not, of course not." And then he says, "Well," he says, "I have so many questions for you, outsiders." He says, I think I need to also inform the queen." And he just like walks right into the wall and disappears.
Oh, he's gonna be fun. So Belvier,
Yes.
a drow in the Rockseer elf community doesn't seem like a random occurrence.
Why is my camera not working? What the hell?
Because you broke it. I was on to my next performance when I came across these Rockseers, and they took me hostage.
It worked for a second.
That
What was your
sounds
next
like
performance?
their thing.
You see,
Yes, I'm a bard of some renown.
I don't know, guys. I've told you before, you can't trust an elf.
Eleanor says, "Well,
Grendel, if you're in a party of elves,
Grandolph is an elf."
And I don't trust any of y'all, including me.
Yeah, he says, Eleanor says, "Well, Queen Elzira seems to be impressed with all of you."
yes, and maybe you might want to explain why Queen Elzira had to take such an early leave.
He says, "Well, she's 900 years old. She's he says she's not bad of health. It's just that she hasn't seen an outsider in probably 400 years or more."
Ah, yes, and the age.
Which Dunfelder
is a
gone
very
and made us
difficult thing.
outsiders.
She says, now you see. He says, "Now you see. As Ferraris may have already told you that we do not allow outsiders in here, and if we do, they usually don't leave."
Oh, sounds like it's time to go.
He says,
Yes.
he says, what has happened is the last outsider that was in here that we allowed to leave here was about 400 years ago, and I believe, and he looks at Ferraris. He says, "I believe they're familiar," and Ferraris nods his head, and he looks at you guys. He says, "Carmen Aaron."
Of course.
Oh,
Brother, do you harbor anything but secrets and falsehoods down here?
I believe that's commonplace anywhere, Foldar.
I am a seeker of truth, knowledge. Using
What's
knowledge, I'm
truth?
able to come up with my plans. My solidarity is in knowledge. And yet, since I've come down to these caves, all I've been met with is half truths, hidden secrets, and all manner of different intricate relationships weaved about.
That's where
By
the
the gods.
strongest. That's where the most powerful knowledge lies, is behind those half truths and secrets.
And now the
Ferrara says, "I
temptress
don't."
of darkness is speaking the truth to me.
Ferrara says, "I don't feel that your friend Jessa is wrong. I've seen her. I've seen. Well, I've seen the other one of her, and there seems to be some power within that one. And well, as I would say, Rockseers are very secretive, and well, it's all in the book that we just gave you. You will read it, and
Yes,
you will.
yes, I
get
will
it.
read. There's plenty. I took it away. I'm just kind of furious at this point because it seems like there's no end to people with their not telling the full truth.
I
Uh,
tell you the full truth. Don't forget, I get a copy of that book when we get back surface side.
yes, I'll transcribe it as soon as I can.
Oh, jeez. Service side is going to take forever at this rate.
Sincerely. The
Ferrara
city of the
says,
glass pools.
Rockseers tend to do things a little bit slower too. We are confined by stone, and we are linked with it in many ways, and we believe that patience is important, and so I don't believe we will hear from the Queen this day.
The way that you describe it, we may not hear from her this year.
He says, I think in light of what you've brought forth, I think that you will make her judgment a little bit hasty. She says, he says, for all the good or bad of that.
A patient hand will eventually gather flies.
Which book is that from?
I thought the saying was honey gathers flies, not vinegar.
Roy Finn Wolfson. He was a philosopher who truly believed that even if you do nothing, eventually something comes to you.
He sounds like an idiot.
But he was. And even a broken clock.
Indeed.
Cutler just starts laughing. Okay, then.
So, while we're waiting to hear from the Queen, what are we doing? What is down here to do? Because I'd love to learn some more about the Flux Point, but...
He says, well, we have a market. Ferrara says, well, we have a market.
Yes, I will indulge in reading about your history, as it is very, very important to me.
Wait a second. We got suckered into this, if I remember right, by that 2-bit Rockseer elf that hangs out with us, if I remember correctly.
You say as Ferraris is standing right next to us.
Come help us prove to the outsider or to the council that not all outsiders are bad, and you bring us.
Well, to be fair, we did just lie our way in here.
I don't know why they chose us, but they did. And they're going to have to live with that decision.
And we just lied and deceived our way into the...
I think Ferraris is trying to sabotage his brother's goal by bringing us.
Yeah, Cutler's not exactly the best example of who to use for what he's trying to do.
I threw up in front of a queen.
Oh, God.
I mean, at this rate, is it the second queen you threw up in front of? I mean...
It may be, actually. That may factually
I don't remember
be correct.
Actually, I was just saying, I don't remember.
I don't think I threw up in front of her.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I did have a host of shenanigans. In that. So far, 3 royalty members, 3 embarrassing displays in front of them.
Yeah, we don't do the greatest for royalty.
And yet we keep ending up meeting them.
You've seen how I
some
handle
have gone
that.
their entire lives without meeting a king.
I mean, we managed to convince one queen to give us money to help with the ship idea to space fair. That's better.
Yeah, that was totally by the seat of our pants. I still don't quite
It was
know how we
still
did
a
that.
success.
I feel like your group works best when it's working by the seat of its pants.
Right, exactly.
True.
Chaos is our friend.
There's no lie there.
Everything else seems to kind of go awry.
The no good deed team, one gigantic improv squad.
Chaos is our friend. Let's be honest here.
All right. Well, if we must wait on the queen, it only seems right that we do so in silence. But we will not wait long, Ferraris. After all, the city of the Glass Pool is a priority that we must take quite fervently.
They take you over to here. Let me move you over there. I can't do that. Let me move you over there slowly, I would guess, because it's the easiest way to do it. They take you over to a cavern. Because they're all caverns. But they take you over to a cavern gently lit with a continual glow, and there's workshops of artisans. You can see people sculpting and cutting gems.
Maybe I can find my magical wand.
Extremely exceptional quality gems. There's different, works everywhere. Stone dragonets being crafted for wizards. You see the oldest female elves here you've ever seen. You know that if the queen was 900, this elf, you can see wrinkles. You can see things on an elf that you're not used to ever seeing. She's still very attractive, highly attractive, but she looks like the equivalent of a mid-60s, like 60 to mid-60-year-old woman. She's got to be every bit of 1,000 years old.
A youngling.
Yeah, your guess, if you had to put a guess, like if any of the elves in the group had to put a guess on her age, she's 1,200 years old.
Okay.
I've probably worked with a bunch of elves, so I could probably figure it out too.
You see, she is putting the finishing touches on a helmet, placing gems in this helmet, setting diamonds into the helmet itself.
I have a feeling, but do I know what that helmet is?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, jeez.
I would like to do this just for the sake of doing it. I'm probably not going to succeed, but could I also roll Arcana?
Sure, yeah.
I'm just reading.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to succeed.
Yeah. Would you roll?
To Cutler, it's just
21.
To Cutler, it's just pretty helmet.
Jessa, you know that she is indeed completing a helm of brilliance. A very rare magical item. Set with 1d10 diamonds, 2d10 rubies, 3d10 fire opals, and 4d10 opals.
Now that's an expensive helmet.
It is. It is indeed.
That was in character from Cutler, by the way.
Yeah. It is indeed a very expensive magic item. You would guess, if you had to, that something like this would bring in well over 100,000 gold.
Right. She's exactly who I need to talk to.
Cutler looks over to one of the people that have walked with us, because I see like two of them there by the look of it. So you guys don't get outsiders often. I'm guessing you don't have many trade routes outside of your own.
Who are you
Cutler,
saying
you
this to,
opportunist
Cutler?
merchant.
Who are you saying this to, Cutler?
To either of the two guys who kind of look like they're guarding, I guess.
Oh no, they're your friends. It's Ferraris and
Oh,
Alan.
Well, in that case, I just walk up to the lady.
Ferraris
Making
and
me
Alan
frown.
are.
In that case, I just walk up to the lady making the crown and say it to her.
She smiles and she says, "No, not many." She says, "And you're a tall drink of water."
I'm engaged, but thank you for the compliment.
She says, "No, we." She says, "Pardon my." Um, she says, "Pardon my forwardness. You're just the first outsider I've seen, ever.
No,
I think.
no,
Since
no.
well, before the migration, at least."
No
Wait a
need to
sec.
pardon anything. I actually
Hold
have
on.
a proposal.
Hold on. Didn't we already do a wedding episode for them too?
No, they're not
We
married yet.
didn't like an
They're not married yet.
engagement party.
No, they're not
Yeah.
married
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Wanted to double
I-
check.
I actually have a
There's actually-
interesting proposition for you.
yet. She
We're
says,
in
"Well,
the
I'm
Go ahead.
listening."
we're in the process of making my currently waterlocked ship into a spacefaring ship. Setting up a trade network is obviously part of this mission, and I have a couple of places that we've possibly allied with. For a little bit of investment into our project, I could add your location to our trade route.
Okay. She says,
I mean, we've made it this far after all.
she says, "Well, the queen would have to agree, or her
I whispered to Faldor, "What is he doing?"
she says, or of course,
He's
her,
learning.
if you could get her overblown sidekick to agree, then that would work as well, probably.
Who is her
We don't
overblown
need
sidekick?
any
This
more
sounds like
money.
my kind of person.
You think that she's referring to Daraphaean, the other elf that had to go off and like contemplate things. He has lots of questions. That guy.
I step in. I just go on the topic of that overblown sidekick. What is his whole deal? He seems rather abrasive.
She says, "Well, he's young, and he's powerful, and you know, sometimes youth and power don't always mix well."
Right.
Mm.
Oh, I've seen that before. Absolutely.
She says, "How old are you, young man?" And she like points to, or she like nods toward Belvier.
Are you speaking to me, miss?
Yes, yes. I was wondering how old you and your other elven friend, and she kind of like nods toward Grandolith. How old are the two of you?
I don't know. I've just met them. I'm, as far as me, I am not very old. I am very young. I'm only 130. So.
And Grandolith, you're fairly young too, right?
I
elves
believe,
are concerned.
as far as elves are concerned, yeah, I think he's been, yeah, I think he's only less than 200.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, you
still,
guys are
babies.
babies.
still a decent age though, like at 200.
Yeah.
He says, well, she says, well, see, you are both young still. You can understand. Daraphaean is about nearly about to hit 300, and he feels he hasn't accomplished much. Yet your friends here, Ferraris and Alinar, they've tried to get him to spread his proverbial wings, so to speak, but I think he's too concerned about pleasing the queen to exercise any true power.
I see.
I understand.
An obsession.
Eleanor says, amongst you, he says, I believe this lady has a fairly good grasp of this man. And she says, "Oh, forgive my rudeness, Solana Tragalor."
Pleasure
She-
to meet
she
you,
holds out her
grandmother.
hand.
Sounds fancy.
Hello. I shake her hand.
She says, "I've been with this group of Rockseers since right about the migration."
So there are multiple groups of Rockseers. There's not just this one.
She says, "Oh, of course, just because we're secretive, dearie, doesn't mean we're extinct."
Well, the way it sounds, you guys might end up going that way if you keep hiding.
says, "Well, tradition and people who get set in their ways are things that are hard to overcome when you're trying to protect an entire uh, group of peoples."
Indeed.
I've seen kingdoms fall to tradition. I've seen it swallow them whole.
But
And
Grant
I
will
have
step up. Says, Venerable craftswoman, I see you there working upon a impressive piece of gear. Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for an item to help protect me from outside influence of the mind.
Oh, perhaps. And uh, what are you thinking of? Like something that.
I'm sick of people making me do things I don't want to do. I don't like it. I want a helm of psychic protection that protects me from influence and command and charm and fear and
I do kind of turn to her like
forget
the
who the
helm that
fuck
you
you
were
are,
working
do what
on.
I say, and anything else of that manner.
Okay. Uh, she says, well, if your friends are as forward as you are, it seems, and she says that to Cutler. She says, perhaps it would probably behoove us all to set up something. Then yes, as long as you can get the queen to agree, of course. Are you there, James?
Yeah, I'm here. I
Okay.
said him.
Yeah, he's there. He's been frozen in place for a while.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know if he could actually hear that. So.
Yeah, I'm hearing fine. It's just my camera's going, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, how appropriately rude of the camera.
Very much so.
She says, you understand that the making of such a thing is not an easy
undertaking.
process.
it's easy for some.
She says it's not very swift. She looks at you when you say that, Jessa, and she says, well then perhaps you'd help?
I could.
When you say you could, she kind of like raises both eyebrows and she says, interesting. Often the young shoot off their mouths before they really willing to commit. But I find your commitment to this to be very endearing. Because I think that you and I could speedily make such an item.
That would be ideal if we got some time to burn, but not too much.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to find something that you're like something more of what you're looking for.
Yeah,
there,
like
Joe.
Phylactery
Or-
of
or-
mind protection or something,
or create something, yeah.
or a ring of mind shielding, something.
Now, basically,
Yes.
you're looking for something that basically kind of like either gives you advantage on saving throws or disallows certain things, or
Right.
like or does like a thing like like a brooch of mind shielding or something where basically people can't detect your thoughts or something along those lines.
I know. I'm less worried about people detecting my thoughts, more worried about people controlling my thoughts.
Gotcha. Okay.
I came pretty close to killing a nice chunk of the party last time I was under the influence of somebody else. So
Advantage on charm.
Advantage against charm and hold spells, something like that. All right.
I don't want fear. I want immunity to fear, mind control.
Everything.
I want to feel like a
Man is
magic
looking
item
for
out
an
of.
artifact is what he's looking for.
Hey, now, what would make you assume I would need artifacts?
To be fair, I can in times of need I can help with certain things like that.
That'll help in the short term, but
he says, or she says, you know, your trade deal would be very lucrative for you.
I'm aware.
She says, and I don't know that if you've looked around or not, and you like look around, and she kind of like looks this way and looks that way, and you can kind of see what she's looking at, and you just see like there are just a fuck ton of gems and gold and mithril and adamantite and all kinds of stuff around this market here that obviously be good to buy, but also like what are you gonna bring her that she doesn't already have is what the onus is at
If
this point.
Well, I'm noticing that you have a lot of gems and metals.
Wait.
Hold on. I don't see a lot of spices, exquisitions.
All right,
It's
pull
just
it out.
kinda
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna kind of lean over to him and be like, Cutler, these people are surrounded by rocks all the time. Minerals must be damn near worthless to them.
And then Cutler just goes spices as you're talking.
Yeah, she says, oh, she says you do make a fine point, and we do make a very fine spider silk textile here. She says, but now that you mention spices, could you bring cloth and leather?
If you agree to a trade deal, I don't see
Definitely.
why we couldn't.
She says,
Oh, we can do better than that. We can bring wood.
there are surface hides that are super strong, but far more supple than anything that we can easily get a hold of down here.
The I have a leather producer thing in my bag.
You do
Is
have a leather
it?
kit, yes. And you actually
Does
have a bunch
that
of extra
produce-
leather too, remember?
Yeah. So can I pull out the leather and say it like this?
She's like, yeah, oh yes, that is quite wonderful. And don't you have something that is like a hide that reproduces other hides?
Yes.
Yes.
Some is I think 3 square
Yeah,
foot of hide per day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I've like all the hide.
I just like that Cutler was gonna go to the spice the spice
Food!
route again.
Now, do one
Like
of
it
you-
really didn't. It worked out that one time for us.
I was gonna say, don't one of you also have like a
Me.
Hero's Handy spice pouch type thing? Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like, we
Yeah.
got this covered, man.
I got like a bunch of. I could just create spices at will.
She says, you see, part of the problem is, she says, getting spices from the surface to here is not only a long trek and a dangerous one. She says a reliable flow of such a thing is not easily attained. But if you could get such a thing in abundance down this way, it would be. She says it would be worth its weight in. Well, you know, and she like kind of like points to the side. She kind of puts her hands to the side, and she's like pointing to all these these gems just
and
stacked in a
gold and
pile.
shit.
Do you guys only have the one flex point, or do you have multiple that we can use for possible locations to transport goods closer to you?
She says, "Oh, you're familiar with the flux points." He says,
I am
interesting."
getting there, yes.
She says, "Well, as you know,
What the fuck is a flux point?
any flux point can be used to access any other flux point that you have knowledge of.
Oh.
There are several down here that occur either naturally or are made by someone long before the migration.
We have an interesting. I just thought of an idea after you mentioning these things. Who has knowledge on how to build these flux points?
Don't give up the goose.
She says,
Don't you
"Well,
dare give up the
negotiating.
goose.
she says, well, I don't know." She says, she looks again at Jessa and says, "You know, I imagine that your friend could help. I don't think she's quite there yet, but she says,
I'm
She says, if I had to
Probably
guess,
a lot, but yes, I do need some more.
she says, if I had to guess, only the queen has such knowledge.
Okay.
The queen seems to be at the head of every single route that we need to take.
Yes.
Well, that's because she's the queen.
It's almost like it's by design.
Yeah,
Fulladar.
yeah, she does say, well, there is a reason she is the queen, and she says, I am a skilled crafter, and I dabble, nothing more. But she says, Daraphaean has promise and power for someone so young, but the queen is truly powerful.
I've never been one to trust a system where the knowledge is not universal.
You've never been one to trust a system.
Cutler just pulls Fulladar to the side. I understand your hesitation. Believe me, I know you like knowledge, but let's not try to cause any problems while we're here right now.
Come now, Cutler. When have I ever been one to cause problems? After
Cutler
all,
just-
didn't I?
Cutler just pulls out that you've been teaching him to write and just pulls out the list of every fuck up you've made. This is what
And
I've been writing. You taught me.
And I'm just gonna like point out that every fuck up ended up landing us in a favorable position.
They were still fuck up.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm. You have me to thank for your engagement. Remember.
Cutler just hugs you.
Just like throwing out the long laundry list of every time I've decided to open my big mouth.
Pretty much.
It's worked out in our favor.
So, Miss Swollen Daughter, there was mention of spices, and I had forgotten that I had this item with me, and I produced a pouch. What do you think I could get in trade for this magical pouch?
Oh, do you have one of those too?
I do.
You have
I
a huge handy spice pouch?
Hey, hold on. That's character overlap. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. You might just destroy our plan doing that.
He's gonna give her the means of production.
Yeah, you're gonna destroy our plan doing that,
He
dude.
says, she
I
says,
don't know you guys.
Yeah, that's
she
true.
says-
He still doesn't know us.
She says, well, she says, if that's what I think it is, it would be very, very valuable. You know, it would produce, a little. And she says,
A little.
She says, I am patient enough to wait, but she says, I don't know that it would be enough for the entire community.
Well, no,
I
I
would
was
argue
just thinking of
some is
making
better than
some
none.
money, some gems for myself. I need to,
she says, well,
pay my way.
She says, well,
through
then
this world, you
I
know.
wouldn't, she says, I wouldn't put a price tag of less than, well, down here, I wouldn't put a price tag of less than,
I will point to our new girlfriend and be like, you can put that away. We can cover anything you would like.
Bevy, if I may, if I may. Hello. Yes, we have not interacted nearly enough. I see. But you are going to give them the entire bag.
I really don't need it usually. It was given as a gift to me.
he
If
says,
I may present,
he-
grand
she-
opportunity.
You see, you hear Ferraris say, your new friends are so generous, and Belvier, he says they are prepared to pay your way.
If I may, just
Yes.
in the way of commerce, I will. You see, this woman needs spices, and she just told you that even though it provides little, that they would sustain more. She's trying to, as we say in the business, lowball you. However, instead,
No, she's just saying that it wouldn't feed a community. It's only a
she's factually
it's
telling
only
the
a
truth.
spice
Yeah, let's be
pouch.
clear. But instead of giving her the pouch for free or for whatever amount she charges, you can instead rent the pouch out to her for a sustainable, say, regular payment
I hate the capitalism occurring, for the record.
I don't necessarily believe I ever want to come back here. So why would I make such a deal? That
Well,
makes
think
no
of it this
sense
way.
to me.
Think of it this way, right? Flux points. You are a bard, right? Renown is your whole game. The further your reach, the more you're renowned. The more you are known, the more business you have. Flux points from point A to point B, collecting steady income.
She said,
Never
"You
being
hear,
out of
you hear
work.
the old lady say, wait. Did you say he was a bard?"
No, what? Why would
A
I?
barbarian. Dun, dun.
And she says, "You have something more valuable than anyone can sell me."
Of course, the
I
power
have
of song.
these stories.
She says,
Yes.
"You have
If you want a
stories."
story, full ours
She
you
says,
got.
"You have stories and songs I have not heard."
I have hundreds and hundreds of them.
And she says, "In fact, all of you have something I've not heard. I'm sure. Again, we have not. Well, I have not seen outsiders or been accustomed to them in more than
Well-
1,000 years."
Become real accustomed to them.
I have at
That's
least
not what this
1,000 years worth of song and story.
She says,
says the 100-year-old elf.
She says, "Well, I would pay." She says, "I would pay no less than 2,500 for this spice pouch, but." She says, "It is not as it is only really sustainable for one or two people."
Yes.
One
and
Which is going to create an oligarchy.
One or two people.
Those with spice and those without.
The spice must flow.
We can cover you. Don't worry about the cost of what you want.
Yes, this lot is extremely generous. They still don't know my name, and they've been paying my root and board for months.
I do want to point out that James called me out on introducing a subscription model.
Damn right. What the fuck?
That was legit where I was going with that. Like, hold on, we can just rent this out to you. And you say only one? I have a second one right here for double the monthly payment.
Spice Hub Plus.
Right?
Spice Hub Premium.
Look, I'm trying to get our infinite money machine here. We get it. We have an opportunity to print money, folks.
We already do with the letters.
Wait a
I
minute,
like how
wait a minute,
Sage
hold
is
on,
becoming capitalist.
Yo, hold on. Hypothetically, how much do those sacks cost?
About 2,000.
How much gold do you
sane
have?
wise. The only actually it's actually like not that much for one of those, except for like if you go by the ideas behind the sane magic item prices, the thing is that is actually kind of a semi world breaking item because it produces infinite amounts of spice. It just doesn't produce infinite amounts at once.
So
Right.
what happens if
10
we
charges at
going
once.
along with Fuller's idea here? What happens if we bought like I don't know 9 more of these bags and just rented them all out to these people? How much
But you
would that provide them a day?
They can
You
get as
would
much
have
as they
to
would like.
find them.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 2 already. And he was already willing to sell 1, so
Sell, not rent. Those are
what if
different.
I was gonna say, what if I buy your bag from you?
5,000.
You mean, what if I buy your bag?
You would surely not gonna give 5,000 for her.
Yeah, well, you want it. In your parlance, is supply and demand.
Oh,
Hoisted upon my own petard. Another bard again.
Fuller hates bards at this point. I swear.
I got to stop doing business with bards. 5,000 gold. Can we haggle for 4,000 in a book? Sorry. No, I'd rather take the 5,000.
That's what I thought.
5,000 gold up front right now, please.
Oh, I look over to Jessa.
You made this deal, not I.
Shows how generous the generosity really is. Sure you want to trust these guys to pay your room and board?
Gotta be
We'll
nice
visit
to
this-
the
this-
artificer to get your money.
I was saying, you literally our treasurer over here. I'm just looking at her like, can we relinquish 5,000 here? And she's just like, oh, you're the one that cut the deal.
You need to explain to her the plan.
I know full well Jessa of all of us is the most aware of money making here. She's
at any
doing
rate,
this
like,
to spite me.
On the surface, you're thinking your spice pouch would get you about 1,500. She was about willing to give you 1,000 more than that. 2 reasons.
Yeah.
2 reasons. What you have down here is rare for her. What she has that you want is less rare for her.
Right.
So I'm just thinking, like, him hit me with 5,000. I'm just like, oh, that's a highway robbery, and you know it is. But it is a continuous cash flow.
Do you have an attunement slot open?
I'll
Joe?
concede this discussion for now.
Grab a
I would
what?
like to point out it
An
is a
attunement
continuous
slot.
cash flow if they agree to your deal.
Well, I am
think
the master
only thing I'm
negotiator
attuned
after
to
all.
is the crown and the sword. No, I got an amulet I'm attuned to as well, but so I
They
have
could
3
tell
slots.
They could tell you they're not
Two or
paying a
3 slots
subscription
taken off.
service.
So
I'm just
yeah,
saying, I
would have
negotiated a queen to give us, what was it, 20,000 gold?
By the seat of our pants.
Yeah, and writs of mark, basically, like letters of mark.
Yeah.
I could have gotten
Marquise.
you triple that.
Oh, could you have now? I dare say. Look at the humble bard over here. Teller of stories. Well, guess what? Okay, I did it. I achieved it.
to see, wait, Ferraris puts his hand on Belver's shoulder. He says, he's very sensitive.
Cutler
That'd
just
be enough.
Cutler just hugs Fulladar. Breathe, buddy. Breathe. I'm the one with rage issues, not you. Breathe.
Shoot.
I just cannot seem to get along with those who study in the College of Knowledge in the end. A true irony. I've seemed to have lost myself. I will retreat.
Happens.
Wait, aren't you a
Am I
shadow
reading?
monk though?
I am, in fact, a shadow monk.
So then, what the fuck does knowledge matter? The fuck?
He
Because
just
I'm a
likes it.
librarian first.
He likes it.
Remember, I am a sage librarian who only just recently tapped into the darker magics.
I don't want to talk about darker magics. I got nothing to do with this. I'm just an innocent bystander here.
To be fair,
I'm
I'm a barbarian who recently tapped into the power of paladin. Vengeance
I'm gonna
paladin,
say,
to be
I am
No,
a sage warlock monk.
I've been a bard my entire life. It is what I know. It is what I do. It is what I will always do.
Now I've
So
got
know
an
this.
important question.
So know this: when I tell you I can do something, I will do that something.
Now I've got an important question. There are 2 types of bards. There are the type that fuck the dragon, and there are the type that do not fuck the dragon. Which are you?
I'm the type that gets all of the dragon's gold and fuck it at the same time.
Respect.
Got a drag.
Well, it seems he's earned your trust pretty quickly.
I didn't say trust. I said respect. There's a difference. Fuck off.
For you, perhaps. I tend to believe otherwise. However, for the time being, I will concede that perhaps the bard is of some considerable skill.
He
After
managed
all
to
that
shut
speech,
you up.
And also,
Trust me,
I
it
got
was
your
more the
asses
alcohol
out
than
of a
anything else.
situation for sure.
Oh, you got us out of a situation.
I,
I believe it was you who were in the manacles.
Yes, but who got themselves out of the manacles while you were doing your whatever the hell you were
Hey,
doing?
I almost
And who
broke
gave
out
you
of
the
jail.
opening for that speech of yours?
No
Hey.
one. I made
I
up the
fucking
speech
love
myself.
this. And he's done it again. You're quiet a second time. This man has skill.
I do.
Considerable pompous skill indeed.
Righteous pompousness.
Now needs. Cutler pulls out the journal he started taking since you taught him how to write, and writes down whatever his name is. Has quieted Fuladar twice.
I say, just what we need. Another one of the mighty talkers.
Yes, and I also cured your hangover.
Um,
Well, I could have done that with a couple of hours.
Yes, but I did it instantly.
Joe,
What's that?
you see a Grandela sees a another merchant coming up, and he comes up out of like kind of the back area and kind of comes up and whispers to Solana, and she nods and she says, I believe your order has arrived if you're still willing. And he walks over to you and he carries this cloak type thing, like a mantle, just like goes over your shoulder, and it's got a hood. And
Okay. Like that.
and she says, I believe he wants 20,000 for it.
I can give him
Who
10.
wants 20? What?
I can give him 10. That's all I have.
You see him like kind of signing something to her, and she signs something back, and she says, do you have anything to trade?
You might
That
just
that
have
sword that's talking to you, just kind of
Hey.
valuable.
No, you see, the whole point of this is so this sword that's talking to me can't do what the fuck it wants now. But let me take a look here and see. I think I have some items I do not use anymore because I passed them. Let's see. I have, yeah, a striker. I got a +3 rapier of Dero killing. I don't need that.
Yeah, but you got to keep that.
I'm never going to use it.
Yeah, but you
do
yeah,
have
but you were voluntary Giazed to it,
Yes, but I do have something you might find of
or
interest.
quested to it, I should say.
Very, very rare of an item. Brought from the darkest corners of the surface forests. Possession of a powerful wizard, and I produce a gray potion. With this potion, you can create a single homunculus to do your bidding.
So you see her signing this quickly as you're saying this to him, and he signs back to her, and you see him smile, and you see him nod. And so for 10,000 plus the potion of the homunculus, then he will trade you this mantle.
The value of the potion is such that I could only give you 5,000 gold with the potion.
He kind of like looks. Make a persuasion check.
I knew you were going to ask for that. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead and make it.
Natural 20. 16. 16 is good.
Guys, well, not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
DM.
I'm going to use my inspiration just to make it better.
Okay. Go ahead and do that inspiration.
20.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Where's
She
you
Nice.
She says, signs to him again real quick, and he looks at you, and he doesn't look happy. He looks like he's not happy about this at all, but he kind of just nods, like, okay,
All right. All
and
right.
he'll trade you for 5,000 homunculus potion. He'll trade you this mantle.
Do you have that, or do I need to pull that as
I have
treasury?
that. I have that still.
And that is
Okay.
a mantle of spell resistance. And you see her say, she says thank you, Ruvean, and then she like signs that at the same time.
My heart out is hit.
And it is a mantle of spell resistance.
Mantle of spell resistance.
Yeah. So, and actually, it might be something different, but for now, it's a mantle of spell resistance.
And as Rivain is standing there, I sign to Rivain that is beautiful craftsmanship. You should be proud.
He signs back to you. He says thank you, and now I have help, and he holds up the potion. He says,
Not bad.
he says someone to give you my he says someone to give you my tools and fetch things for me will be a great help. And
That will speed up the process very much.
and
Absolutely.
and he kind of nods at all of you, and he kind of walks away.
Awesome. I'm completely content with that.
So you guys are gonna spend the night here in the
I like
in
that.
the Elven area. You guys have provided with a sort of
Oh, that's why I can see the wrong glasses.
a residence, so to speak, like a cleaned out type of residence.
All
Like,
right. I'm
provided whatever you need, like anything you need, like
Brian.
yeah.
He's got a dip.
Yeah,
getting
that's
out
what I
of here.
was just gonna say. So it's a
I
2:30.
someone just make sure you do my whole ending bit.
I gotta actually head out too. So
Yeah. So we're gonna just end
I'm
and
gonna-
wrap up. We're gonna just wrap up here because it's 2 hours and we're good. And yeah. So,
Go ahead.
So I guess I'll just say that thing then. What do I say? I don't know that thing. Thanks for joining us here on Action Surge, where imagination collides with the roll of dice. We battled fearsome foes and forged unforgettable memories together. Remember, as the session draws to a close, the journey never truly ends. Farewell, and don't forget to check out 5e Action Surge 5e on all the platforms and blah blah blah. Yakety schmackety. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Until next time, may all your actions surge.
Peace.
I don't, you
Wait.
gotta find those credits. They're there.
There.
All right, we're.
Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey.